respond to the world and is angry and hostile, but under the veneer.
That's right.
So, okay, so when that pops up...
It's often not about you.
Right.
That's where those, it's an other situation in my name. It's not about you.
Passive aggressiveness.
Now that's a good, here's a good nominalization. Passive aggressiveness. And usually that means that you get one message and then another. Or one message and the other at the same time. Yes?
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm,
yes.
Absolutely, is an incongruence. Yes?
I think the scariest thing is kind of when it seems like they're not aware they did that. They're doing that kind of thing. Like somehow there's almost a different feeling. Like when it seems like someone's aware of it, it's a little more obvious. But sometimes they don't even.
They're not aware. It's a way of life, as Judy said. Yeah. It's a way of life, and you can understand the positive intention behind it. Probably when they were young, that's the only way they could survive in their family unit, or it was what was modeled for them in the family unit. Nothing was direct.
How about when that other person is kind of humorous person, is just joking, and the other one takes it as an offensive?
So when someone is being humorous with a little sarcasm and the other person is insulted, that's incongruence. Again, what is it that the person is trying to communicate? Remember that the response to the communication is its meaning.
Not always, because I'm a person who jokes a lot, and I don't mean anything.
If I hurt someone when I'm joking, and I do it too. I have no intention. I have a story going in my head, and I'm not saying how might this person react. I'm not doing that next step. I'm just going like that, and I see that it hurts, and you don't have to have them tell you. You know, if you're alert and aware, and you can say, "I'm really sorry. I said something off the cuff. It was not intended to hurt." And then I say, "Oh, well, it didn't." Say, "Okay." Do not tell people what they are thinking or feeling.
That's actually something that I've been uncomfortable with some of the role playing, is because you're acting and you're saying things that you would not normally be saying, and that in itself is very incongruent for me.
Yes.
To be saying things to people that I wouldn't normally say.
Right. And it builds behavioral flexibility, because there are times you might need to do that. Remember, every behavior has a context in which it is appropriate. Like lying. Nazi Germany, 1941, 1938. Lie like hell. The only way to survive. So that's a flexibility that's useful to have. More questions? We're going to do the exercise again, and we're going to stretch a little bit. We're going to do it sequentially. So this time, simultaneously. So you're going to do what a lot of you were already doing, as I was noticing it. So you're going to say something one way, and a different modality is going to say something the opposite. So, I'm really happy to be here. Simultaneous, correct? Okay. I'm really depressed. This really upsets me. Okay. Then your explorer is going to match it with a new statement or a question. And notice what's happening. We're going to end up, by the way, with a little incongruence exercise when we're done, so you don't get stuck in this. Okay, so not to worry. And again, meta person is to notice and help both parties do this well and experience it. Do it 2 times each person and then switch. Questions?
Is the response in context conversationally?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is the response In context, relationship and appropriate to the context. Yes, the response is appropriate to the context. It might be fun if you know someone in your life. I mean, this was the most... In 1983, when I took my NLP training, this person was in my life. And one of the things, when we discussed this, lights started going on. Oh, this is what's going on. And one of the things that I did was use her in my examples. And I got amazing insights as to what was happening and what I could do about it. So I invite you to do that. I'm sure there's someone in your life. Say again?
That's dogging us?
That's dogging you. And you notice it might have to do with this. So play with it. Was 15 minutes long enough for you?
Yes.
Yes, for the most part. Go have fun. 15 more minutes.
Same people or
So, what is it that you are learning so far, and what new questions does it bring up?
To lie even better.
To lie congruently? So, yeah.
That's exactly right.
Is that an incongruent statement? Okay.
I'm learning how to calm people down.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Are there questions?
Yes. I have one. You're getting different channels of information coming in at you, verbal versus nonverbal. What happens when you accentuate either one of those channels? Make it more happy, more sad, or just...
So he's asking so you're getting two different messages. What happens when you accentuate one of the messages? So, in the next exercise you will get to experience that, and we will do that, okay? But I think it's time, for a break. Before we take that break, more comments, more questions.
It was hard for me to kind of go be congruent.
It's hard to be incongruent. That's a good thing, don't you think? Yeah, so notice, is it hard for us to be incongruent?
So if you say that, then would you also apply the description, I wear my heart on the sleeve, or people can read me easily,
Right.
because
Yes.
you're always congruent.
Right. Whereas a poker face, yeah, can be incongruent. It's nice to have the flexibility, but as you said earlier, some of us go through life incongruent. What do you think it does to your health after a while?
All sorts of ailments.
All sorts of ailments.
Diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think we all, I don't know, speaking from our experience, I don't know yours, but families are pretty schizophrenic.
We're getting agreement here.
I remember being around 6 or 7 years old and having my grandmother hug me, and I hated the feeling of it,
Yes.
and talking about it, and the whole thing was, she's your grandmother, she
You have
loves
to.
you, you have to, da-da-da-da, and that's the beginning, I think, of the whole...
It is.
Good observation.
It is. So as children, we're told, even if you want to run away and your grandmother's picking you up and smothering you with her bad breath and everything else, smile and be nice to grandma.
Because that's what Mom and Dad need to do.
Right. Yeah, we learn it at an early age. So, take a moment before you go on your break and take a nice deep breath and put your hands up like this. And breathe in the fresh air of the trees and the sky and all the things that are never incongruent. They just are. They just are. And then bring it all in and cleanse your body with it. Let it go down and just cleanse your body. And go have a nice break for 15 minutes. some of you asked me, again, some of the things to ask someone who's being sarcastic to you, incongruent in a way that makes you, or you end up feeling bad. No one makes you do much of anything. But here are some of them. Now, know that asking this will break rapport. So this is not a rapport builder. This is a rapport breaker. But what is it that you wanted by saying or doing that? So sort of notice they'll go like this. That's breaking rapport. You will break rapport. Now, if that's your intention, do it. How did you want me to feel as a result of what you just said? What response did you want by saying that? Or what response did you want? What are you trying to communicate? Notice the word trying. Or what are you wanting to communicate is another way to say it. And understand that will break rapport. Now, I have a friend who is quite a bit older than I am, and I just adore her. She has much wisdom, and she never shuts up. Bless her heart. You're so good. And one of the things that I do is break rapport with her in order to get away. I do it with a lot of kindness. I do not do this. But what I'll do is do it with my body or my hand. Say, well, gotta go. So there are times to break rapport when someone's not being kind to you, or when you just need to get out of a conversation. So breaking rapport can be a good thing. Know that these will do it.
What's a good way to respond to those?
Honestly, go inside and check. Apologize. If you catch yourself doing it, and that's a really good question, Yvonne. What if you find you get caught doing this? Because you will. I mean, you're human, yes. And if you get caught, someone asks you these questions, what might be a good thing for you to do? Say again?
Legally.
Legally, right.
I think if you just answer honestly, that'll take care of business.
Probably
And
will.
if they like it, fine. If they don't, then you can always work on it again.
Right. Or you can say truthfully and honestly, it might be, I wasn't aware. I've got a sense something happened here and I'm not aware of what it is. Let me think. And again, if you want to preserve the relationship, you will think about it and get back to them on it. Yeah.
One of the things I'm beginning to feel about this is if you're staying centered all the time, then there's no need for a defensive reaction. I don't know why the word defensive all of a sudden is just flashing up there in yellow in front of me. That you can do this and be assertive and be congruent. But the thing you've got to let go of is the defensiveness. You have to be very secure in...
Good nominalization. and it's simple, isn't it?
It's simple. Yeah, I want to break it down now in the meta model so that I can know precisely,
And anchoring it might be helpful with this, wouldn't it? So if you're going to be around someone who normally might, that you're getting incongruent messages, or you're giving them, before you are in their presence, you might want to decide how it is you do want to feel centered.
Okay.
Anchor it and future pace it into that situation, and then step into it.
What if you start just copying what they're doing, and in a humorous way? Just be sarcastic, but in a humorous way.
What do you think?
I think sarcasm is a killer.
It might be, but if you're matching it, you're establishing rapport with both sides, aren't you?
Would that be like saying, oh, so you're saying you'd like to date him?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. Why didn't I?